Hello and welcome to The Secrets to Finding the Missing Profits in Your Beauty Salon or Clinic. I'm here with Grace Kovac from the Professional Beauty Clinic.
Thanks, Ange, and hi, welcome to our webinar.
So Grace is going to be taking you right through everything that she's learned, and Grace is a very renowned beauty therapist and esthetician, anti-aging specialist, travels all around the world and advises many people in medical clinics, beauty clinics, salons. So Grace, I'm going to pass over to you and see if we can bring up the screen that you've prepared some information on.
Great, thanks, Ange. Well, welcome along to this great webinar. This is all about you and helping you find the missing money in your clinics or salons. So there's lots of information, so hopefully you're taking some notes, and let's begin.
Great, just let me share that screen for you. 1 second. I can do that. I really must get a clicker, I think. It would make life a lot easier. But just for now, let's just see if we can share the screen. Just bear with us 2 seconds while we do this. Good old technology. Come on, Mac. Okay. So you should be able to see what Grace has prepared for you any minute coming up now.
Okay, now welcome to the webinar. Thanks again, Angela, for the lovely introduction. How flattering. Now, what I want to teach you today is something that I've learned the hard way over 30 years being in business. Now, I've come all the way from starting off just being a basic beauty therapist to a luxury spa to a top-end medi spa. So I can definitely speak from experience in where the cracks and leaks are, whether you do have something basic or you do have something top-end, as I do the medical spa. So I'm going to teach you how you can double your profits in your salon without costly equipment, or also I can show you which equipment to buy. I also really, main gist I want to teach you is how you can free up your time to enjoy life whenever you want. Now, this information is for you also if you are running a salon and you feel like I have for many, many years that there was always money to pay everyone else except for yourself a wage. Are you always feel that you're paying your distributors more money than you make for yourself? And I also want to teach you how to find better ways of making money in your salon or clinic. Again, so what led me to this webinar? Just a little bit of background about myself. I started working from basic, humble beginnings when I was 16. I was still at school and I wanted to get out of housework, so I started up a little clinic. I also, one of my first jobs was for a very, very difficult Italian perfectionist at the Hilton Hotel many years ago. But to be honest, she laid the basic fundamental groundwork for my belief. Today, I give my best, and back then it was quite hard, but I worked to its standards still to this day. Now, in 2008, this was a real turning point for me. Of course, as I mentioned, I attend conferences all over the world, but after this one, I came home, I really felt disillusioned with everything that I was doing. I came to realise, okay, it's great to love what you do, but if you get to a point where if you love what you do, don't pay your bills, you really question, why am I doing this? So, here's where I'm at, and here's what I've done. Today, I am running a highly profitable clinic, and I'm also advising other clinic owners, particularly doctors and nurses, on what to have in a medi spa and what not. There's just a few testimonials. Okay, so before we start, I want to talk with you about managing clients' expectations. Now, in a nutshell, we will discuss this further on because I could speak for hours of this. This will make or break your business and you. Plastic surgeons often get caught with this. People present with a condition known to many of us as body dysmorphia. These clients may come in, seem like the perfect client, spends a lot of money, take anything off the shelf, but then within a few weeks some cracks start to appear. Oh, Grace, this isn't working. I don't think the treatments are working. Mind you, these clients perhaps haven't even used the products or even haven't had any of the treatments, and they can lead into, well, you don't want to think about law courts, but yes, they can drag you into things like that. So I will teach you at a later step how to avoid these certain people and protect yourself and your business. Okay, so here we go. The 5 steps to really making money in your salon. Number one, this can be really painful and ugly. Get control of Groupon. Okay, so stop paying the distributor and start paying yourself as well. Make your accounts make sense. Know which machines to buy, when and how. When products that work like machinery equals more profits for you. So I will be covering these again further on in great length. So number one, let's just talk briefly about this. Get control of Groupon. Now, I'm not here to bag Groupon or any discount deals. It's just a matter of how you manage these. And I'll talk about something that happened to me. I fell into this trap a little while ago. Things were a bit quiet. A friend of mine recommended I get into some of these deals, so I did. And in a nutshell, I had about 500 clients, new clients, which I thought was great, over a period of close to 18 months or to 2 years to finish all these deals. All I can say, it was one of the darkest times in business for me, and boy, did I learn a lot. Just don't do it. They do not come back. They do not pay full price. And as my business coach always tells me, that you teach people how to be treated. Now, if you've done a treatment for $25, what makes you think that this person's going to come back and pay you $200 for that treatment? They're only going to sit back and wait for you to run another special. So out of all these 500 clients, I can honestly say I've only had one client come back and become a regular client. Okay, so another little story. This isn't just something from Australia. A good colleague of mine that I met up in Vegas, he had at the time close to 30 laser clinics around Manhattan in the New York area. Groupon or those discount deals nearly wiped out his business. He couldn't get clients to pay for the price anymore, and he just virtually decided to close the door and sell for what he could. So I know it's not just an Australian phenomenon, it is worldwide. Okay, how much money do you actually make from Groupon? Now let's think about it. I ran several campaigns just to get through, but just to talk about one, I was talked into, let's say, doing these deals, and I sold close to 200 microdermabrasions at one point, and I think the microdermabrasions, the company suggested that I charge them more than $25. Now, I want you to sit back and figure out now, how much would that treatment cost you if the product time, and mind you, I work alone, I have no staff. If you've got people to pay on top of everything what I have, it's actually costing you to run the deal, and these people do not come back and pay full price. So how many of you have been in this situation? Mm-hmm. Do you give away more than you pay yourself? Do coupon clients ever come back and pay full price? From my experience, unfortunately, it's no. Now, I'm going to teach you as well how you can get the phones burning hot, like you've had a Groupon deal, but get these via some free editorials. I'm going to get into this. That's fantastic. A while ago, I had an exceptional editorial one from a great magazine from Sunshine Coast, and I befriended this lady that did the write-up for me, and she just showed me a few little secrets on how you can get into the market and get under editorial noses in getting some free editorials. So many of us, I've been in business close to 30 years, and I did not know that this was available. She couldn't help me as she had too much work, but I have since put on this company, working with this company, sitting there, a publishing agency. So they put some editorials for me, and that's their job. They actually get me under editorials notes, and I've been able to land some beautiful editorials virtually for free thanks to their work. Now, this is virtually unknown to many salon owners out there, so it's definitely worth looking into. Stop paying the distributor and start paying yourself. Now, wouldn't that sound nice? Now, that nice pile of money there, that's probably how much money I've paid distributors over the last 30 years, and that's fine. Everyone has to make a living, including our distributors, but why don't we find out exactly how much your distributor takes from you? And okay, we need them to a certain extent, but we just don't want to give them all of our money. For example, if you're getting a cream from a distributor and it's on the shelf for $145 and you've paid the distributor $110, what are we thinking, girls? Come on, you know, if you're not making at least 100 or 110%, it shouldn't be on the shelf. Another great tip, make friends with your accountant. Take your accountant out for lunch once a quarter. Sit down, go through some figures, find the leaks or the cracks in your business. Find things that you're just wasting money on. I've got thousands of examples, e.g. a phone word or a 1300 number, which many of us have been talking to contracts a little while ago, I got talked into a contract with a 1-300 phone word, which I could have, if I listened to my business coach, had it virtually for free, but I got talked into, being naive, a deal for 3 years, and by the time I finish this deal, it's going to cost me close to $4,000. I mean, that could go on trip, on anything, anything. So that's a big crack. So be a detective and work out yourself how much does a treatment really cost. Don't just believe the sales rep. Another, just briefly, I've got thousands of examples and they're all for free. I was talked into purchasing this gadget, and as I said, I travel the world to look for gadgets that work, and I found this great piece of equipment. It worked beautifully with my IPL and laser machines, but naively, I believe the rep promised me, Grace, look, it's great, it's lucrative, it's profitable, it's only going to cost you $18. Well, that's not quite true. The treatments actually were costing me from $45. It took me a while to actually get the hang of working the machine properly. At some treatments would have cost me anywhere up to $75. It was actually costing me to do the treatment. So things like that, and mind you, again, I don't have juniors or apprentices, so if you do, that's something you really need to sit back and make sure your staff really do know how to use all your equipment efficiently and effectively. Do you feel well being paid, or how many of you agree with this, or have you ever felt like we're not paid enough? What do I mean by this?
Grace, I think one of the things is you recently had a call from Jenny, another clinic owner, and you were able to point her in the right direction just by going through how she could really look at the numbers in her business and make a little bit more sense of it, and that resulted in a lot more profit for just one of the people that you advised.
That's right, and with another client as well, a clinic and actually a nurse, she was very close to buying a tattoo removal machine, and it was close to $100,000. So I sat down with her and I had a chat. I said, okay, what sort of people do you have in your clinic? It was more of a mature type lady. So I just said to her, I said, make sure the mature ladies are covered in tattoos. So in a nutshell, we just figured out, and I helped her see the demographic area that she was, for her to invest $100,000 for a tattoo removal machine wasn't exactly the best thing for her to do. So I pulled her out of doing that bad deal, and I also showed her what more cost-effective machinery treatment she could use for a mature client.
I think that's really important, because it's who are your current customers or clients, and who do you want them to be as well. Exactly. And yes, of course, there are trends that you need to be aware of, but not all trends are relevant to you. Is that about right?
Exactly. So stop paying the distributor and start paying yourself more. I'd like to talk a little bit again about markup versus margin. Now, I already gave you one example with the European skincare here, which I love this cream. I loved everything about it. I love the packaging, I love the presentation. Of course, I love what I did, but I used to pay this distributor $110, and I'm actually embarrassed to say that, but I'm sure many of us are very naive. And I was retailing it at $145. Now, what was I thinking? Great at the time. Yes, it's nice being naive and it's nice loving what you do, but at the end of the day, being naive and loving what you do does not pay your bills. I still want you to love what you do and give your client the best, but I still want you to learn from me, pay your bills. So how many of you agree with this, that we've stopped things that just don't pay your bills? I mean, what margin? Just do a quick guesstimate in your head of, just do a quick stock take in your head of the product that you've got on your shelf now. What are your margins? Are they at least 100%? If they're not, get it off your shelf. Now, wouldn't you like to be making at least 110% minimum? I mean, that really should be your minimum. Okay, step number 3, make your accounts make sense. Now, when my business coach Angela sat down and talked to me about that, I may as well have been talking Chinese. Again, being an Italian and running your business with your passion is one thing, but then bills and passion don't quite go together. Sit down and work out how much treatments work. Now, I've got many stories, another little one here about my $4,000 hairpiece. Now, many of us buy machinery, and I again will go into this a little bit. There's some people do not want to buy expensive machinery, but This $12,000 handpiece, well, in one particular week I had 2 of them go. Now I try and find 20, mind you, that's without GST and delivery, so I think it was pretty much close to more than double than that. It was quite sad. So anyway, here I am, I've got this $100,000 laser machine. 2 of my handpieces have gone down. Conveniently, the place that services the machine couldn't give me a repair handpiece, so thousands of dollars later I had to hire a handpiece, which went on me as well. I'm still actually waiting on that handpiece. Sometimes machines just don't pay for themselves, people. So again, sit down, work out what treatments, how much are these treatments making, and is it worthwhile you having these gadgets? You know, particularly with IPL, I'm not going to bag anything because I loved IPL and I still do, but when I first entered the laser and IPL trade, you couldn't buy these little gizmos online. Now you can go to Harvey Norman and get a little gizmo for a couple of $100s, and it may only work once, but you know, if people can buy a gadget, they'll ditch you. Just quickly, I just want to tell a story about this colleague friend of mine. I don't want to embarrass him, he's a very successful doctor, but unfortunately time poor as many of us are. This is a real story. He spent over $300,000 for a laser, which I know for a fact he still has not switched on. Now, is that a great investment? In fact, he asked a colleague of mine if she would help him, but she said no. So again, it doesn't matter how intelligent or educated we are, we're often get talked into buying a purchase like this. Oh, well, this $300,000 machine, oh, you know, you'll be able to make millions. Well, he hasn't switched it on. And I know for a fact I've bought machines myself, not of late, but very expensive, that I don't end up using either. In fact, I actually nearly kissed a courier on his way out when he wheeled out one of my laser machines, thinking, great, I did actually. He thought he was getting lucky that day, but I was just happy to see, wow, there goes that trouble, there goes that black hole. One more machine less to worry, insure, service, clean, and take up space. So don't be a casualty of the disruption of the industry, of the industry for sales, okay? And there's always going to be a gadget, and once these distributors know that you're addicted to gadgets, as I was, you will always get a phone call. Hi Grace, oh guess what, I've got a new gadget. Ask my business coach Angela. I do, I get a phone call every single day about a new gizmo. So how many of you agree with this? I mean, reps are not here for you or me. They're only about meeting their targets and getting their bonuses. They don't care about you and I. Okay, so step 4, know which machines to buy, when and how. Would you like me to share some of my secrets? Would you like to know that how a small device for only $295 can give you the benefits and healing of one that I purchased for $200,000? Now there's a small little LED machine which I found, and I will give you a list to my little secret list where I get all my little gadgets for only $295. And this LED device can help heal your skin. I've, from experience from what I've seen, just as good as my $200,000 laser IPL machine does. So there you are. Would you like to know which inexpensive devices can give you just as good results as a Fraxel laser without spending hundreds of thousands of dollars? Now, I know Fraxel lasers have come down in price, but if I can teach you which device for, let's say if you're in the States, maybe $500, at the most $1,000, and it would rival a Fraxel treatment, which the machine would cost you at least $100,000. How would you like that? Which machines remove skin tags and broken capillaries, and they're very affordable, as opposed to a laser which can cost you upwards of $80,000. Okay, yes, there are little machines out there too, which I will tell you as well, which are extremely effective. You don't need to have all these laser licenses and all these special insurances to run a laser machine. Now, depending on where you are, I'm speaking from Queensland, but I believe Queensland, Western Australia, and I think Northern Territory, we have the strictest laws. So not only does the laser has to be licensed, the operator has to be licensed, you have to have a permit to have a license. I'm surprised the license doesn't have to have a license. And the actual room has to be licensed as well. All these is time and money, huge money. So there's a small device which I will share with you on that will teach you, and I can show you as well, on how it will work, and it will rival an $80,000 laser machine removing skin tags and broken capillaries without that cost. And I will also teach you here, step 5, with products that work like machinery. So there are products out there, because I know I found them and they do work, and they will give you the same results as some of these high-tech machines. without, again, the costs, the insurances, and I'm thinking of my own insurance bill, which is sitting on my desk right now, and some doctors and clinics have upwards of 7. I know one doctor in the States that has about 17 of these machines in his clinic. I'd hate to know what his insurances are. But how would you like to know which products can work like machines? Would you like to know which products stimulate collagen like an IPL machine? How a $275 product, which I found, will work as much as an $11,000 machine. So let's recap what this webinar is all about. Number 1, get control of Groupon and discount deals. Number 2, stop paying the distributor all your money and start paying yourself first. Make your accounts make sense. Figure out which treatments make you money and work out with your accountant what treatments don't. Know which machines to buy and when and how. Which products that work like machinery, which means more profits for you. So again, if you've got a machine or a product that can work like an IPL machine, and there are some out there, I know, I can show you, and I've used them. That means more profits for you.
Grace, I think that's a really useful list. And I just want to ask you a little bit about making your accounts make sense, because a lot of people hate doing their accounts.
Myself.
and I know when we first looked at your GP, your gross profit, and what the value was to your customers, you said, oh, I don't want to look at that, that's too depressing. But once you did, in the way that we did it, you really could see where you needed to be focusing your efforts. So one little tip that I know you've spoken to me about as well is just grab a piece of paper and just make a list of all the different treatments that you do, all the different services that you provide. And then figure out what are the costs to you, not your overheads, not the light and the heat or whatever, the aircon, but what are the costs? What's the cost of your time, and then the actual running the machine, the solutions or creams or whatever you need to use. And then look at what's the value to your customer if they paid full price for that, and add in any values that that brings you, and then look at what you're charging. Now, hopefully you're charging a lot more than your costs, and hopefully you're charging less than the absolute true value to your customer. So you can immediately demonstrate the customer is saving X, Y, Z, especially if you do a buy 5, buy 6 and pay for 5 or something like that. But it's really looking at the different direct costs of each product or service that you do. And I think that'll be quite a revelation, especially when you think, how many of those do I do a month? So for product number 1 that might cost you X amount and you sell it for Y amount, how many of those do I do? You can really start to see where the profits are for you. Yeah.
And you're right, it was frightening and depressing, purely because many of the conferences that I've attended, there has been, like that particular one that was a turning point in the States, where one of the accountants came up and said most salons, including mine, was running 45% below profit margin. So here we are, and we're already in trouble. So we're running Groupon discount fire deals. We're just adding fuel to the fire. So by sitting down and doing that, yes, it is frightening, it is extremely confronting, and then you'll think, oh, heck, I'm a failure. But it's not. It's actually, you realise, okay, I am in trouble here. I've got to turn the ship around and start cutting things and get rid of treatments. Simple things like even microdermabrasion machine. And when I first started, you had to buy costly powders. Now there are machines that run purely on water.
Wow.
Just imagine, I used to spend up to $10,000 worth of powder a year. If you have a microdermabrasion machine now which runs on water, I mean, you're $10,000 a year.
That's right. And I think sometimes those machines that you use can, you can do a water treatment right at the start anyway, and immediately save some lotions, can't you?
Sure,
just by really looking at all of those different angles. And I know, Grace, if you were advising someone to look at some of the most profitable treatments now, which are relatively easy to do once you've got the skills and the knowledge, what would they be?
Okay, well, depending on what age group or demographics or what you want, but I know we were having a chat about Let's say we've got a mum who wants to buy her school-leaving daughter a cute little clinic down the road. Lady's pregnant, wants to move on, people move, die, get sick. So clinic comes to Salon, she wants to buy her for her gorgeous little daughter, let's say Anne is an example. And she's 18, fresh out of school. Okay, she goes to TAFE, comes out. Something that can make you instant money is an eyebrow bar. It may sound simple, but trust me, if you're not paying for a laser or expensive machinery, what would you need? A bit of wax, a bit of tinting, and I've got colleagues who in Sydney charge $95 to get their eyebrows done, and they're booked up weeks ahead. So,
and it's something that people want done every month or 6 weeks, isn't it?
It's repetitive business, or running a highly profitable Brazilian corner. There's certain businesses here which only specialise in that, and they charge up to $95 if you're doing a Brazilian underarm and tummy line, and if you're good at it, you can knock one out every 25 minutes, and at very, very low cost. Threading, archaic threading. Cleopatra used to thread. It's becoming in fashion. I get more calls. I'm a top-end laser clinic, and I get more calls about threading, but there's no cost. These are smart ways of making money very, very quickly.
Okay, and you've got, I know you've got some little forms that you use to make it really simple, to really look at where's the money in my clinic, what do I like to do, what do my customers want to do.
Yep.
Another really easy way of making your accounts make sense is getting that free marketing that you've talked about.
Yeah.
And I know that you've become a bit of a queen of the reviews.
Yes.
And asking your customers to give you a review. And you said you felt a bit awkward when you first did that.
Awkward. I don't know why I just got embarrassed, but people actually do love giving their opinion. But I did. I felt awkward, but I've got one of the world's best business coach, Angela, and she just not convinced me, but coaxed me to do it, and it was fine. In fact, I felt more awkward. They were like, "Oh, don't be silly. Of course I'll do it." And in fact, 9 times out of 10, they're giving me a review within the hour.
Wow, that's amazing. So if you can get reviews, yes, on your Facebook page, but even more importantly on your Google page. If you're not sure how to do that, you can just Google for business. And if you can get people to say great things about you, obviously you're going to ask your very happy customers. That is going to make a big difference to you, isn't it? And ask people what they think about you. People do love to be asked and consulted now. Okay, so thank you, Grace. So those are your big 5 steps. However, I think you have delivered priceless information.
Yes, and that's only the tip of the iceberg. So I hope. So when you leave this webinar, you've got a lot more information from me. But if you haven't been able to make good profits in your salon before, I know it can be overwhelming. I've been there, but I do want to help. So what can you do about it? Is it okay if I show you a fast and easy way to make all this happen for you? So I want to share my insider salon secrets with you, if I may. So everything I'm going to teach you, everything that your competition, Groupon, and the distributors don't want you to know. You're going to receive step-by-step instruction by me on how to implement this strategy right now. And the great thing with this Insider Salon Secret program is that you'll be able to finally make the profits you deserve and live the life that you've always wanted. So this is the package I have. You'll have the package of 5 webinars. So in webinar 1, I'm going to show you how you can get real clients, not the greedy Groupon shoppers. In webinar 2, I'm going to show you how to manage your distributor's costs. In webinar 3, I'll show you how you can work out what to charge for treatments. In the 4th one, I'm going to teach you which machines, if you want to buy machines, and which products to buy. And the last and least, but not least, will be on how to be the best in your area and make the most profits with the area and dealing with the demographics that you have. So the total value of these, if you were to buy them individually, would be $1,485. The Insider Secrets, and full support with me. You'll have a 1-hour Skype session. You'll have 3 months email access to me, any questions you may have, which is valued at $1,500. You'll also get, from me, 5 webinars by $297, which would be worth $1,485. You'll have a 1-hour Skype session with me. You'll have 3 months email access, which would be worth $1,500. So all up, all these things would come up to $2,985, but I saved $95,000 and going broke. So this is from my little friend here, Jenny, and these are the people that I've helped. So just imagine what I can help you.
So, Grace, that's great. So this is Jenny, just one of the people that you've helped. And Jenny said, I was lost before I worked with Grace. I so appreciate Grace's honesty and integrity. And learning from Grace has saved me $95,000, which I was going to spend on a machine, but I would never have gained the licensing or the insurance necessary. Grace helped me choose a different device for just $2,000, which has made me very profitable. And I'm making around $15,000 a month with no extra outlays. That's just one example of someone that you've helped out.
Yeah, well, this was the lady that wanted like a tattoo machine, but her clientele were mature women. So had she listened to the rep and mortgaged her house, plus she was working from home, so she would never have got the insurance. So I was glad I was able to help her. So I'm happy to be able to help you too. Okay, so of course bonuses are always nice, but bonuses are available if you do act today. Plus, I want to reward you if you have already made up your mind and you're happy to hear that you'll get these beautiful bonuses as well. So bonus 1 is my secret supplier list. So you get access to my own personal secret supplier list and you know exactly which products to buy to get maximum return and still thrill customers with the results. So I want you to avoid the costly mistakes of selecting the wrong suppliers and the days and weeks of waste of time and not making the profits that you need. And we've all been there. So this is valued at $297.
I think that's really undervalued, actually, Grace. Yeah. That's going to save a lot of money for people.
Yep.
A lot of heartache.
The bonus 2, Insider Secrets Find the Money Easy spreadsheet. So you'll get your Insider Secrets Find the Money spreadsheet, and finally you'll be able, as Angela taught me, to work out which treatments and packages so you know what's charged, how to cover your costs, how to build in everything, including your time, and work out an hourly rate so you know where the money is. So that's valued at $197. You'll also get bonus 3, Salon Marketing Secrets. So you'll get the most important salon marketing secrets and know the simple free ways to market your salon. Avoid wasting money on marketing which doesn't work. And heck, we've all been there. Some of us, maybe hundreds, some of us hundreds of thousands. I know I've spent close to probably more than 100,000 mark in the last 10 years, and it hasn't returned me a great deal. So I will show you this for only $597. It's valued at $597. So here is what you get. You will get 5 webinars. You will get your Skype and your email session, and you'll get Find the Money tool, the secret supply list, the salon marketing secrets. All this comes to $4,076, but can you do this another way? Well, you could. Lack of experience is expensive. Buying the wrong equipment is even worse. You may not even be able to sell it. Not calculating the markup correctly is expensive.
So you can easily spend another 50 grand if you're not careful.
Yes, right? Yeah, or worse. Okay, you might have a good accountant. You think, all right, I can sit down with the accountant, but she's not an expert in your industry, so she's not going to know what treatments to advise. You could attend seminars around the world like I had, or spend years learning this information yourself. Or worse, you could spend more time online searching out some information, wasting more time and money and not getting any results anyway. Or even worse, you can do what I did and spend $25,000 with a marketing company which didn't return a dime. So that's a pretty painful way. So really, the fact is there's no comparison. That's why I've put this webinar together to help other women, and I know there's a lot of men that own clinics. Or perhaps you might be a gentleman and you're trying to help your partner or your girlfriend who's bought a clinic and doesn't have much business sense. So you won't pay that much today. So that's why I'm going to give you a no-brainer offer today. So I've been in your shoes, I've been burnt by Groupon, I've been burnt by distributors, unscrupulous marketers, the lot. But you know what? I want your salon and clinic to be a success. So after today, I will be doubling the price of this package. So for today only, it won't be $4,076, but for the next 15 minutes, I will give the next 20 people my Insider Salon Secrets for only $397. Also, my darling Angela, my best business coach on earth, has given us a little bit of an extra bonus. I might get you to explain a little bit on what you're offering.
Sure,
Angela.
Yes. Well, I know this has helped a lot of people. So when Grace said that she wanted to help other salon owners, because Grace is already helping some salon and clinic owners, and she just wanted to share that with a few more people. And I thought the Mobile Media Masterclass would be a huge bonus, because really inside it's got everything you need to know about running your business. Now, there's no sales spiel in there, there's no wasted time, it's just very short, simple, straight to the point information about what you need to know and implement to market or run your business. So the value for that is $1,975. But Grace is going to be including your access to that, and if you've got staff, you and your staff's access to that when you buy Grace's Insider Salon Secrets.
So there we are. So on top of that, I'm also giving you a 60-day risk-free trial, so you have nothing to worry about. So today only, $3.97. So just go to the address mentioned here and order your Insider Secrets.
That's great, Grace. So that's your website. So it's professionalbeautyclinic.com.au/insider-salon-secrets. So professionalbeautyclinic.com.au/insider-salon-secrets. So that's really good of you, Grace. I'm just going to bring you back so that people can see you before we disappear. And if there are any questions, I know that people can ask you questions. They can drop you an email, get in touch.
Yeah, of course.
But that's really such a great deal that you've put together for people. $397, backed by a solid 60-day full money-back guarantee, no questions asked, to get your information. I know you've said you've been in business a long time. We've heard what some other people have already said about working with you as well. But in 2008, you were at a conference in the States, I think, and that's when everything started to change for you. You've subsequently done a lot of coaching and development work on how to understand your business, and now you're running a profitable clinic.
Yes.
And you just want to share that information with other people. So $397, jump on Grace's website page, professionalbeautyclinic.com.au/insider-salon-secrets. $397, but I know you've limited it just to people that buy now, so it won't be up for very long at that price. So thank you for doing that for people. It's a no-brainer offer for people. It's very generous of you.
Thanks for coming along. Hope I can help.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Nice to see you all, and we'll see you on the inside at professionalbeautyclinic.com.au/insider salon secrets. We'll see you on the inside.